Hi, I'm Maya Thornton, and this is my Black Women's History final. I chose this picture of cherry blossom trees because they're actually a sign of peace. At the end of World War II, Japan actually gifted America with a bunch of cherry blossom trees that were planted in DC. And now, when they blossom, they actually face Martin Luther King Jr.'s monument in Washington, D.C. And so it's just an overall sign of peace and a sign of hope. So I thought it was relevant because at the end of the day, Black women and everyone who is put into a place of injustice, they just want peace between everyone, and they want to have their hope actually lived out and actually come to an end when everyone is seen the same way and not judged for the color of their skin or what gender they are. So I thought it was relevant, so that's why those are there. So how has engaging with ideas of Black women impacted the way I think about myself and the way I think about other people and how I relate to other people? Engaging with the ideas of Black women's history has impacted me in many ways. I have a new passion for standing up for those with little to no voice. I've always done this, but after this course, I wanted to do it more. I had more of a desire to want to actually do the things that I say. Overall, me personally, I have always been a compassionate and empathetic person. So during this course, reading and watching the videos on how Black women were treated and how they still are treated, it was very sad and very hard for me to read sometimes, especially because there are still people who are treated this way today. And just like Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are still there. There is still injustices in the world. And if you're not aware of it, I highly recommend taking this class because you will see the injustices of the world, especially in America, and that there is still racist, sexist people who live here. And Black women get the brunt of it because it is that intersectionality. It's that combination of being Black and also being a female. Continuing on, Black women have always been resilient, and learning about their history told by them and through their eyes, not told by their owners and through their oppressors, is very impactful. History is taught from only one perspective, but learning Black history from the perspective of women, Black women, so interesting and so intriguing, and I learned so much. So much more. I was able to tell my family I'm biracial. And so it was just really interesting to learn a bunch of new things and be able to share that with the people who I love. What are 3 ideas Black women have shared with me that I will now share with others? The 3 big ideas that stuck out to me were Black women, they decided to not just live their life, but to survive it. But not only to survive it, but to thrive in it. And their circumstances were terrible, but they found ways to thrive. They found ways to not just live, but to benefit their life. Also, an idea that stuck out to me was the desire for liberty and freedom is one of the leading factors of Black women's fight for justice. At the end of the day, all Black women want is to be free, which is ironic because America is supposed to be the land of the free, yet there's still people who feel they have to fight for their freedom. And lastly, group action is the best way to get more done faster. And Black women realized this, and they did many, many things together. There's strength in numbers. There's strength in having a group of people with you opposed to just one person standing alone. And Black women knew this, and they helped, and they used it to help their fight against the injustice in the world. Continuing on, Black women have always found ways to thrive in their harsh environment, and they were constantly finding ways to fight back against their oppressors. For example, during the times of slavery, women would do unimaginable things to slow down production, even killing their own children, so that they wouldn't have to live the terrible and brutal life that their mothers had to live. And this also resulted in the plantation owners not getting extra help, free help, and anything to slow down the work for the plantation owners and anything to not have them make money, basically. And Black women knew to do some different things to stop their owners from getting more money. There's strength in numbers, and people are willing to do more with people by their side. And Black women knew this. If Black women's ideas and histories and activism were essential to our education, how do you think our society would have to change? I think our society would have to be way more open-minded if Black women's ideas and activism were essential to our education. There would be little to no sexism or racism because everyone would know how to treat women and women of color because of the terrible way they've been treated in the past. If you're not aware of a problem, you don't know it's a problem. But as soon as you hear the problem, you have a thing inside you, humanity inside you, that makes you want to at least address your problem and see how you can fix it, or to make sure you're not doing the problem. And so if everyone was learning history through the eyes of Black women, there would be a switch. I 100% believe there'd be a switch in our education system, in our country as a whole, and the ideas and the prejudice towards racists and racism would be non-existent, because people would see how they were treated and how to treat them now, and what we can do to change that, and to give the Black women and Black men what they deserve, and in like reparations or whatever that may be. People would also become empowered to change the world around them, empowered to do more for those in need. If you don't know there's a problem, yet again, you won't do anything about it. But as soon as you know there's a problem, you're willing to do more. And I truly believe that if history was based around Black women's ideas and activism, there would be real change in the world. And I thoroughly enjoyed this class, this course. I learned so much. And I can't wait to see what I'm going to do with the information I've learned. So yeah. Thank you.